So OpenAI just made their announcement of, I guess, their plan for AI and for all of us in the future.
What's going on today?
Basically, they want to take your job. That's what it boils down
Whose
to.
job?
All of our jobs.
All of it?
And the early results that people who have helped us test it over the last couple of weeks and been able to use it yesterday are reporting, I think we will see a step change in the efficiency of what a business can use AI to deliver. And I expect that every business will, to some degree, start using AI in a meaningful way, like in the next 12 months.
Sam, what do you want to say to those people who think they're on the losing end of this proposition, right? I mean, you know, you've got workers, nearly 100,000 workers who've been laid off since 2022. They're saying, oh, God, now there's a new version of it, GPT-5. It's going to replace me and my job. What do employees need to understand about arming themselves with the right information to actually thrive in this new technologically advanced environment?
Yeah, so let me try to explain it. And we talked about in the last video, but explain it again to Yeji. So basically, OpenAI, they made a deal with, I think, Walmart's their big test first.
What's the deal?
All their employees eventually are going to be certified into using AI. So they want to kind of like have this certificate kind of thing.
Or Walmart?
We'll start with Walmart, but I think they want to go like all companies, government, etc. What's that?
Walmart, what kind of job needs the AI certification?
So the argument they'll make is like, we're all going to need it, right? And then therefore, that's why we need to take their certification to learn how to use AI in all of our jobs, right? So the plan is to get us all, certified, whatever that means, right? Another way you could look at this too is OpenAI could possibly be trying to challenge LinkedIn, maybe Indeed. They call this thing OpenAI Jobs Platform, or another way is OpenAI Academy, which is going to be a bunch of classes and certifications that they'll probably sell you. Other people were mentioning in comments on the last video where it was like, they think we're going to be, just by doing these certification or whatever, we're also going to be training AI to do our jobs. Like as kind of like
we just deep learning them.
Yeah, you could argue that. Yeah, that's a good way to phrase it, right?
Actually, we training AI to take my job, right?
Yeah, so they're going to claim that we're getting certified by the AI, but I'm saying other people are making the case that we're probably, in the back door training AI, because that's actually something those AI programs do a lot. Is sometimes they'll say, "Oh, what do you think? Oh, what do you like if you're asking it, for example, where's a place to eat food, or where's it go to a restaurant?" And then they'll give a couple of suggestions, and then they'll say like, "What's that?"
In Korea, there's an indie movie of the call center.
Okay.
They're basically AI take over call center job. Like the very end, there's a two most expertise. But they always give them a like challenge, right?
Oh, okay.
But they figure the human way they figure out, but eventually the AI learned.
Oh, right.
So all of them are fired.
Well, that's the goal, because like you have to remember in our particular system, a lot of these companies are publicly traded, and they always have to prove every year that there's growth and profits. Like every year, growth in earnings, profits, growth in revenue, whatever. Just there's always growth, but like when things are slowing down, so how do you get growth? Well, another way would be cut your expenses, right? So cut employees, essentially what it boils down to.
Yeah. First of all, I super get the anxiety, and I feel it myself. Like, this technology is just moving so fast, and it's already like, it's so capable at so many things. This reminds me of something like the Industrial Revolution or the Computer Revolution, like these giant technological revolutions where a lot of jobs change. Maybe they don't go away, but they change in terms of like how you spend your time doing them. But the only way here, I think, to succeed is to be on the front end of adoption. Like, AI is coming, and you need to figure out how you're going to use it in your life, in your career, and benefit from this, not have it just sort of like, not like pretend like it's not coming along. So I think early familiarity with the tools and figuring out how your particular job or some kind of new job you want to move into is going to change feels critically important.
And someone actually had a really interesting comment. I want to read this. It's from Brenda. Brenda says, "My daughter works for a major retailer, okay? And they use tech for scheduling.
Scheduling.
Okay. It is horrible. And tech meaning, I think, AI, right? If it doesn't approve her time off, then it decides not to pay her. And when she speaks to a human, it takes months to resolve the issue. Her child was sick, right? So sometimes it happens, something comes up. Her child was sick, so she scheduled that morning to use an hour, just an hour, of her accumulated PTO for later that day. It was totally just didn't care. She's the word empathic, but you could say empathetic is the right word. And it reminds me of the Alien show that we're talking about, where like, you maybe have your time card and you say, oh, I want to quit my job, and then you put your card into the computer, and the computer's like, oh, well, you're supposed to work till this X date, right?
So denied.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of like the computers are kind of heartless, like denied. And then you try to give some argument. Oh, okay, denied.
So computer land only 0 or 1, right? So.
Oh, right. That's how that's one way they could think of it. Someone else says, this sounds like Amazon. I used to work for them, so this sounds very familiar. Interesting. So I have not worked at Amazon, so I don't know, but I'm not shocked by this kind of stuff. And I think I was talking about this before, and it was a prior video, the disappearance of the middle manager. So Zuckerberg, we've called this flattening. So like, I don't know why flattening, but the thing though that's really happening, and you'll see it also in consumer sentiment, you'll have the top group, the top income group, they feel better about the future, right? But then the middle's starting to fall off, and the lower ones are already falling off, right?
Yeah.
So when the middle class basically disappears, is kind of what we're talking about. No middle manager, that will be replaced by robots. You'll have a few humans at the top kind of controlling everything. And then, I don't know, it's not really the future that I want. I don't know, have you heard of any of your friends having to deal with like AI being pushed on them?
Not yet. Not yet around me.
Yeah. Let me read some more. So this one says, this is from Allie. Allie says, when I was young, I trained in multiple fields just so I could move around if one business went under or succumbed to tech, okay? Trying to play it safe, every field I trained in has been deeply impacted by tech. So we're talking about two different things at the same time. So like technology, right? Because technology, for example, in the last video we talked about, say, something like Excel, or you could use a calculator or Microsoft Word or whatever. But so certain programs definitely help your productivity, for sure. But kind of what we're talking about now is really different. We're talking about things that can like do your job entirely, not
entirely,
just
only just few things you can do.
Yeah, because like Excel is like a tool, right? Whereas we're talking about like just replace people. Business will go under when everyone is unemployed, okay? Who will these billionaires steal from when no one has income for them to pillage? And that's kind of the big problem is if your ultimate goal is to replace people at work, cut down your workforce,
then they don't have money.
Right, like the system kind of stops.
Yeah.
Right? Someone had a really good comment too regarding accounting, which is one of the jobs that could be taken by AI. They say, accounting isn't being taken over by AI. It's large-scale private equity acquisitions and leaning out operating expenses via offshoring work to India to repackage as a more valuable business to sell to a bigger PE firm. It's actually illegal because of CPA licensing, lack of transparency, and dangerous data practices. And this actually brings a good point, because I was thinking about there are certain jobs out there where there could be regulations or unions or these kind of things that may like say, hey, we definitely need people to do these things in order, in an example, to use transparency or licensing, and sort of make it that you could never license an AI to do this stuff. So there's going to be a fight for that kind of stuff, and that's a good point to bring up. The tech CEOs are meeting with Trump at the White House right now, and I saw earlier in the story that one of the big issues is energy. So I think what a lot of the tech companies and Trump they're talking about is like getting rid of all the regulations and laws, so that they can just drill for oil anywhere, or they can build power plants anywhere.
Yeah, like, so we were talking about AI, so they need data center. Data center needs big energy. It needs to be cool. So they're talking about they build a data set under the water, or the moon.
Yeah. The moon was serious. I can't remember who said that. We talked about that. Like was that 2 weeks ago? I think we talked about that.
Yeah, like Google, either Meta. They're talking about.
I don't remember what. I don't remember which one. But we did talk about that, but it was like the stupidest idea.
I don't know. Moon is closer. It's not Mars. You're not talking about Mars.
Okay, I know we're talking about Mars, but the leg, the energy problems, and then if anything goes wrong, you got to fix that thing. No, but seriously, they actually were talking about data centers on the moon.
Yeah, so
actually, you know what?
They just send a robot.
You know what? It was the Google guy, Sundar and Elon. They were tweeting each other about that. And then Elon was saying, "Oh, I could put data centers in space and have them fly around, whatever." But either way, any of these things, energy is like a really serious thing, right?
Sam, you're a big leader of a very new industry at a very young age. You're a young guy. Do you want to tell us about what you're doing? You told me things before that are absolutely unbelievable. So what are you doing?
First of all, to echo the comments of Tim and others, thank you so much for getting us all together, and thank you for being such a pro-business, pro-innovation president. It's a very refreshing change. We're very excited to see what you're doing to make all of our companies and our entire country so successful. The investment that's happening here, the ability to get the power in the industry back in the United States, I think this will set us up for a long period of great success leading the world, and I don't think that would be happening now without your leadership. We're very grateful to be able to build our company here, to build data centers here, to build the entire AI industry and lead the world in the United States. Echoing many other people's comments, I think this will transform the world in a profound way, and I think it really will be to the United States' advantage to be able to lead the world this way. The event that the First Lady hosted today about education was really wonderful, and watching what AI is doing even today for education and so many other industries is really great. So thank you so much for enabling this. We will invest a ton in the United States, and we will do our best to make sure that we continue to lead here.
Travis says 100% pure dystopia. Love this timeline. Would be a real shame if the AI data center started having technical difficulties. Technical meaning that the humans are going to be like, let's get rid of these data centers. I understand that. Someone else is saying, am I cynical, but I wonder who is going to have the money to spend on products? So everyone's kind of bringing up the same stuff, right? Here's another one. It does not sound like workers are, quote, training AI until AI can replace the workers training it. Regardless, AI will not only replace workers, but is also competing with consumers for electricity to run AI and water to cool AI. Right? So it's not just electricity; it's also the water. I mean, a lot of this stuff doesn't add up, and that's why I was reading through you guys' stuff. You're probably thinking the same thing that I'm thinking is like this vision that the tech bros all have. It doesn't really include us. So isn't there going to be major backlash? And it's and we just saw South Park, right?
Yeah.
And remember Fox News? They basically, what's the joke at Fox News?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, anything that Trump does, oh, I love it, And like, so Trump loves the tech bros, and the tech bros are talking about taking your job away. Fox is like, oh, yeah.
I love it. That's a brilliant idea, right?
Yeah, and so this is the crazy dystopia that we're in, and that's like why it's good to talk with you guys about it, because sometimes if you watch tech bro TV all day, they all celebrate it, but like the average person is like, what are you guys all talking about? And so that's what's going on. That's OpenAI's plan. I think the big concern is energy, the consumer, regular people's lives, of course, and all this man just being a massive scam as it is. MIT recently said that like 95% of these things fail.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out.
Even if there's success, you'll lose a job.
Yeah, right. It's like either way. And then tomorrow's the big jobs data report, which we'll go over. That's the big one, because remember last time he fired the.
Maybe there's no number anymore.
That's a possibility.
Yeah, there's.
Instead of lying, just no number. Yeah, I could see that. So that's what's going on. That's our thoughts. I'd like to hear yours, and we'll catch you all in the next video. So bye.